Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Adeleye Boxing. You know what I'm saying? We pre-gaming today. We're going to touch on this fight week we got coming up, June the 8th through the 10th. It's hella fights, world title fights, a lot of stuff going down. Some for everybody, you know what I'm saying, for you to tap into. So we're going to cover it, you know what I'm saying. Before I get into that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. If you listen to it on the playback, feel free to drop a comment there as well. Much appreciated. You guys can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Twitter at OverJ, Instagram LDoesBoxing, and then of course tap in with the website LDoesBoxing.com. I also have the updated schedule on my website, so feel free to follow along. So we're gonna get into it, man. It's a lot of fights, a lot of cards. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Shout out Allah in the building. What's good with you? Salute, salute. Aisha in the building. Salute to you. What's good? Salute to y'all coming through the building. I appreciate it. Alright. So we're gonna start with June the 8th. This is a Golden Boy show. It's a prospect card headlined by Manny Gucci Man Flores. You know what I'm saying? He had a good victory in his last fight. I think he fights out of Indio, California, trained by the Diaz brothers. So he's pretty good though. You know what I'm saying? He coming back. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make his claim in the bantamweight division. He's facing Walter Santibanes. So I mean that's a good look for him. I like when they keep these fighters active. You know what I'm saying? These young guys. That's how they develop. On the undercard, you got former world champion and future Hall of Famer Jelena Mrdjenovich is on the card. She's facing the veteran fighter Castillo. What's his name? Calista Silgado. My bust. This is a 10-round fight right here for her. So we'll see. I think no, actually it's an 8-round fight. But we know Jelena. She's been around for a long time. Actually, it's a 10-round. She's been around for a long time. Former world champion in 2 divisions. She's coming off of 2 losses in a row to Erica Cruz. That's who she lost her title to, her WBA title. But you know what I'm saying? She's trying to make one more last run. And we'll see. And she always in a exciting fight. So we'll see what she brings to the table. And Golden Boy also have other prospects. Asa Stevens is on the card. Daniel Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those prospect shows. If you guys want to get to know the young fighters, you know what I'm saying, feel free to tap in. June the 8th, Golden Boy, for sure. All right, this one right here, this is a BT Sport card. This is Queensberry Promotions, Frank Warren. You got the big heavyweight on the card, Daniel Adeleye. David Adeleye, my bust. He's the WBO European champion. So that gives him world rankings in the top 15. He's a big, strong kid, like 6'4", 6'5", 240 pounds. That's what I'm looking out for. He's been in a lot of training camps with Tyson Fury and stuff like that. Lawrence Okoli. So yeah, he can fight though. He's still young though. So we never know with these heavyweights. You know what I'm saying? These young heavyweights, they get to a certain level, they can get knocked off by guys like this. The guy he's facing, he fought Philip Herkovic. I think he fought him on the Devin Haney Jojo Diaz undercard a couple years ago. So we'll see how he look. You got Mark Chamberlain is on the card. I like him. He's a decent fighter. Decent. You know, with the guys in the UK, we don't know if these guys world level yet because they fight a lot of domestic guys. He's a good lightweight. Henry Turner, he's a junior welterweight. He's on the card as well. So this is another one. They don't really have US TV for this. I wish they did. Like they put it on ESPN Plus or something like that. But the heavyweight, Adeleye, I'm looking out for him. You know what I'm saying? I think he can do some things. You know what I'm saying? He just got to keep developing. So that's what it is. Yeah. He like 6'5", 240. Yeah, he's solid though. He's solid. For sure. All right, we got this card right here. This is a WBA card. It's like a benefit they're doing down in Argentina. They normally do it every year. It's called KO Drugs. So they don't have a 2-day card. The first day you got this final eliminator, Carlos Canizales versus Daniel Matellon. This is a WBA final eliminator at 108 pounds. So the winner would be the mandatory for Kenshiro, the unified champion, at 108. So this is a pretty decent fight, you know what I'm saying? Matellon is from Cuba. He got that Cuban school of boxing. Good movement, you know what I'm saying? Good jab. You know how those guys box, defensively responsible. He can stink out a fight if he need to, you know what I'm saying? But he's a good boxer. Canizales is more action packed. You know what I'm saying? He comes forward through a lot of punches. Good body puncher, strong, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see if Matellon has enough to keep him off of him. We'll see. But that's a pretty good fight though. Pretty good fight. I'm looking for a stream for this for sure. Cause I want to check this out. I like watching the small guys fight. For sure. Alright. Moving on to this is a Friday night. This is Hollywood Fight Nights on UFC Fight Pass. You have Callum Walsh versus Carson Jones. If y'all remember Carson Jones, he used to be a welterweight contender back in the day. He fought Kell Brook a couple of times. He passed it. He got a lopsided record. I think he got a crazy record, like 32-13, something like that. You know, in his heyday, he'll give these guys tough fights. You know what I'm saying? He's a tough, rugged guy like to fight on the inside. But he passed his prime. You know what I'm saying? Wash been knocking out everything. They've been building him up on these UFC Fight Pass shows. So I expect another knockout victory. He fights at 154. He's solid. He got a good backing by Tom Loeffler. And, you know, even Dana White messed with him like that. So, yeah, they definitely pushing this kid. I expect to see him get a stoppage. Winston Lee in the building. What's good with you? Yahweh Smoke. What's good with you? Salute. He said replacing Michael Collin. Maybe. I think Katie still got that. Boxing MMA 365. What's good with you? Salute. So this card is on UFC Fight Pass. You guys want to tap in with that? I don't know. I'm not sure if everybody got that. All right, moving on. Friday, June the 9th. This is a Showbox card. Izmailov versus Charles Foster. This is light heavyweight. Both of these guys came into the new IBF rankings recently, so they fighting for something. It's a good fight though because there's a contrast of styles. Izmailov is a come forward attacker type of fighter, throw good body shots. He's trained with John David Jackson, same trainer as Carissa Shields. Foster is a slick southpaw, can box, move around the ring. He didn't really have a lot of opportunities, but he's a slick boxer, you know what I'm saying? So this is basically his biggest fight of his career, you know what I'm saying? So this is the Hall of Fame weekend, live on Showbox, on Showtime, so you guys can check this out. They got 3 fights on the telecast. It's going to be pretty decent. And normally when you watch a Showbox card, it's pretty much even fights. Richard Vansiclen versus Juan Carrillo. That's a light heavyweight. That's a good fight. Vansiclen can fight. He one of those pesky boxers that will give you trouble. Like, for real talk, I think Vansiclen can beat somebody like Berlinger. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? He'll give these young guys hella problems. He fought a couple of times on Pro Box. Excuse me. He fought on Pro Box a couple of times. His last 2 fights. He upset Hakeem Lopez, and then he had a draw against Manuel Gallegos, so I thought he actually won that fight. Now Gallegos is about to fight Diego Pacheco July the 7th. So y'all see where he at, his level. So he can fight. You got Clayton Waterman versus Kenmon Evans. That's gonna open up the show. So it's all light heavyweights on this card. You know what I'm saying? Showbox. So feel free to tap in for sure. They're going to be talking about the Hall of Fame inductees, and all that good stuff. Yes, sir. He said Callum getting pushed. I don't know, man. He been getting some easy smoke out there now. We'll see if he get pushed, though. But so far, he been getting some easy work. So Lecky on the card. Yeah, he's on the card, but he's on the undercard, so you probably ain't going to see him. So that's why I ain't mentioning him. But he on the card. You know what I'm saying? Stay busy fight. This is his 3rd opponent. The first 2 fell out. He just got a late replacement, so it ain't really too much to talk about with Selecki. He just getting back in the ring, so that's why I ain't really speak on him. But yeah, he's on the card for sure. All right, moving on. Stand on Friday night. We got Adrian the Problem. Verona is back, 4th Division World Champion. This is a Don King card. You can catch this on Fight TV. He's facing Bill Hutchinson. We're gonna talk about that shit. On the other card, you got Rigo is coming back. He's facing a guy that they haven't fought in a while, but it's more so a showcase. Ahmad Abali is on the card. He's a light heavyweight contender. You know what I'm saying? He fought John Pascal back in the day, and you know what I'm saying? He can fight. They try and build him to a world title fight. But so they got some good names on the card. You know what I'm saying? Then the return of AB. Now he's facing Bill Hutchinson, who he really ain't fought nobody and stepped up in competition. So this is definitely his biggest step up in competition. We ain't seen AB in over 2 years. And we all know what it is with AB. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him just make it to the fight and do what he do. I know what he brings to the table. I'm not even asking him to let his hands go no more. I'm not asking him that. I'm not asking for that. Because I know what it is. I just want to see him how he looking. How is he in some good shape? You know what I'm saying? Can he knock off the rust against a guy that's probably going to give him no trouble? And we'll see. I just want to see how he look. I want to see what the instructions Coach Cunningham is giving him, stuff like that. Let his hands go. Man, I'm done asking for that shit. You know what I'm saying? I just want to sit back in the ring. I think, boxing is better when AB is active, in my opinion. I think boxing is better because you know what he brings to the table, entertainment, talking his shit, all that good stuff. So I'm more interested in that than him worry about him letting his hands go. For sure. He said AB is back. Yes, sir. He's back. Do you know what time the card starts? I think it starts at 6. I have all that information on my website for sure. The whole fight week schedule, I have that on there. I think it's 6 though. I think it's 6. That might be the West Coast time. Hold on, I can look at it real quick. But I know I seen 6. But yeah, for sure, it's gonna be on Fight TV. I don't know if you guys have Fight TV, but I like it. Fight TV is dope because once you buy your event, if you buy your event, you get to keep it. So let me see. So the first fight, the stream starts at 7, basically 7 East Coast. So yeah, 7 East Coast. There you go. They got like 5 or 6 fights on it. Yeah, 6:57. Yeah, you on it. I appreciate that. I see it's on Fight TV. Yep. Appreciate it. Piro in the building. Salute to you. Oh yes, sir. You on it for sure. Yep. That's it right there. I just round off the 7, but yeah, you right. You on it. I appreciate that. Didn't know Rigo was fighting for Don King too. I don't know if he signed with Don King. They just threw him on the card. You know what I'm saying? He's in Miami, so it makes sense to have Rigo on that card. I miss about Billions. Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, no doubt. So yeah, I don't think he signed with him. I just think it's AB and the Bobby kid. Alright, we're moving on. So we have June the 10th. This card, right? This is a matchroom card on the DAZN. You got 3 world title fights on the card. A couple of prospects. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Fisher is on the card. I like him as a heavyweight. Chef Clark is on the card. That's another one. He's a cruiserweight. You know what I'm saying? So 2 good prospects on the card. They got some other guys you guys can check out. You know how they do their card. They show it on YouTube first and then switch over to the DAZN app. So I want to touch on these 3 world title fights. So the ladies, we got 2 women's title fights on this card. You got Nina Hughes versus Katie Healy. Healy is a late replacement. She's taller, kind of high guard, come forward. She ain't the fastest opponent and don't got the most experience. I expect Hughes to win. Hughes is a big time amateur. She's 40 years old, but I ain't gonna knock that on her. She's coming off a razor close victory over Jamie Mitchell. That was a close fight, real close, back and forth action. I thought she pulled it out down the stretch, honestly. But it was a close fight, could have went either way. So she's making her first title defense. She was supposed to face Shannon Courtney, but she fell out. You know what I'm saying? So she's going to take this fight at 118 pounds. She's the WBA champion. So they're trying to set up unifications in this division. So if Hughes wins this fight, she'll probably get Ebony Bridges for unification probably sometime in the fall, which would be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. But it's good that they found her opponent late notice so she can still fight and make some bread. How good is Campos? Campos is solid. He's solid. I saw him fight. Good, active contender. I like him. He's straight. He said, wow. Edgar Chavez, what's good with you, bro? Getting an early title shot. Might be too... No, it's definitely too soon for her. Definitely too soon. This world title fight, this is going to be a good one. Shanika Johnson, she's the IBF champion from Australia. She's facing Ellie Scotty. This is a good fight. This might be the sleeper fight of the weekend. You know, Scotty is a good boxer. You know what I'm saying? Good movement. I love her coach, Shane McGuigan. She's good. She's 6-0. She don't have no knockouts, but she can box. She gonna win this fight. If she win this fight, it's gonna be with her legs and her boxing ability. Shanika Johnson is a comp forward, aggressive fighter, but she has a good jab, good technical abilities with her too. You know what I'm saying? She can fight. She can dog it out. I don't know if you guys seen her last fight on the undercard of Haney and Cambosis too. She got a big cut on top of her forehead, and she fought harder. You know what I'm saying? That cut was kind of like the Badu Jack cut, and she fought harder and dogged her way through the victory. So I can expect that, but I think the footwork and maybe the movement is going to give Johnson some problems in this fight. But if these ladies stand in the trenches and fighting, it's going to favor Johnson. She's stronger. You know what I'm saying? She's a bigger puncher. This gonna be a good one though. You know what I'm saying? And I got a story on this on my website talking about this division. You know what I'm saying? Because we got 2 world title fights in this division, and these ladies, the winners, can fight each other down the line. So yeah, go tap in with that article if you guys are interested for sure. All right, to the main event: Sonny Edwards versus Andres Campos. Man, this is a solid fight for Sonny Edwards. He's facing an undefeated guy that's solid, that's going to come to win. I think he's from Chile. You know what I'm saying? He's solid, though. I've seen a couple of his fights, very aggressive. You know, he got decent boxing ability. But my whole thing when you fight Sonny Edwards, can you cut the ring off consistently? I ain't saying just cut it off 1 round or 2. You have to cut the ring off consistently every round. You got to cut it off multiple ways. You can't just cut it off to the left. You got to cut off to the right. You got to do little stuff, throw feints. Because Sonny Edwards is probably the best, one of the better champions we have boxing on the back foot. Like, he can box on the back foot all night long and dominate a fight. Then he'll sit in the trenches and let off a 6-punch combination and get up out of there. He know how to get in and out of range and get out of the ropes and trouble and stuff like that. So I haven't seen nobody that can do that. He faces big punches and stuff like that, and those guys can't do nothing with him. Let's see what Campos brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? Sonny Edwards got a big-ass fight looming over his head with a win. He getting Ben Rodriguez next. You know what I'm saying? So definitely got to win that fight. Why I got to win this fight, because that unification is probably one of the better fights we can have in boxing. A lot of skills, a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's down the road, but we'll see how he look against Campo. I think he beats him. I think it's gonna, like when you watch a Sonny Edwards fight, you going 12 rounds. He's not a big puncher. You know what I'm saying? He's exciting enough that he don't like. I know he go 12 and he's not a big puncher, but he make the fight kind of exciting. But then he do a lot of movement and so you got to go to the body, invest in the body and stuff like that. Nobody have done that yet. So we'll see. So good title fight though. He faced an undefeated guy. I'm cool with it. Let me see. Get too soon for her. Right, L-Dub. This fight better be a good one. No, for sure. Yeah, I think Scotty may win that fight, but that's gonna be a good one. Sonny, I like Sonny too. Yeah, Sonny can fight. He's so slippery and shit though. And he switches stance and stuff like that. Like he's a hard guy to fight, especially if you're not committed to cut the ring off. For real, that's facts though. I've been watching Sonny. Sonny is nice with it. He just can't punch. All right. So we got this card. This is the second half of that WBA event, KO Drugs. This is day 2. They're gonna show. So this is Marilyn Rivas. She's a WBA champion at 122 pounds. So that's why I talked about Johnson and Scotty. They can unify against maybe Rivas if she win the fight. But they fight on. The zone gonna show her fight tape delay. You know what I'm saying? So still we'll get to see it. And the reason why they're doing that, and they got these ladies on the same day because they building up to that. That's the reason. But she's facing a tough opponent, undefeated opponent that can punch. You know what I'm saying? What's her name? Nazarema Moreno, something like that. Yo, I've been watching her fight. She's nice with it. She's tough, solid. She can crack a little bit. Nazarena Romero. You know what I'm saying? So you fight an undefeated fighter that's hungry in her home country. You know what I'm saying? Rivas is from Venezuela. Romero is from Argentina. So she going to try to win in her home country. You know what I'm saying? She ain't coming to lay down. But I like Rivas. Rivas is the better boxer. And she signed with Matchroom as well. So it makes sense for the winners to fight each other in those title fights. So that's why I talked about it. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? She's going to be on tape delay. Maybe that's his entertainment. That's hold on. Maybe that's it. He's entertaining. Yeah. Son, I like Sonny though. Thought you said KO Drugs. No, that's what it is. That's the name of the event. WBA KO Drugs event. That's what it's called. That's what they calling that shit. I don't know what they KOing. Maybe the drugs down there. I don't know. Definitely not PEDs in the sport. Well, I think, okay, man. Salute to y'all in the building. I appreciate it. So Rivas will be a late fight that night. Yeah, it's a late fight. I'm not sure when they're going to show her fight. They saying it's on tape delay. I ain't heard of tape delay since like 90s and 80s and shit. So I don't know what that means. Maybe they're just going to show it later. But, yeah, I still want to see it, though, because especially to see how Johnson and Scotney goes, we can see how Rivas can perform, and then we can look towards a unification down the line. I think she wins this fight, but the girl she's fighting is tough. You know what I'm saying? It's not an easy fight for her. All right, moving on. This is a small show on Fight TV. If you guys want to tap in, Ryan Rosiska, he's on the card. This is a WBC silver title fight. He's facing John Olivier, cruiserweight. So if you guys want to tap in on Fight TV, like I said, I like Fight TV. They got fights all over there. I be watching wrestling, all types of shit. But to each his own. But Rosiska, he can fight though. He's a fun fighter. I remember he fought Oscar Rivas in a close fight for the Bridgerweight title. Came up short. So, you know what I'm saying? He getting a lot of opportunities. So that's what it is. For sure. Alright, we're moving to the two biggest fights, the two biggest cards of the night. We're gonna touch on those. Tay in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. So we got Jaime Munguia versus Sergey Derevyanchenko. You know what I'm saying? This is June the 10th, Ontario, California. Golden Boy Promotions. You know what I'm saying? Live on DAZN. You know what I'm saying? We're going to touch on this fight as well. But we got some good fighters on the undercard. Ricardo Sandoval. He fights at 112 pounds. He came up short in that title eliminator versus, what's his damn name? The guy from, I forget his name right now, but he fought him last year. Came up short. You know what I'm saying? But he's a good fighter, though. So he's coming back versus Rocco Santamarero. So that's what it is. I like him, though. I like him. He's a good body puncher, too. He went over to the UK and stopped Jay Harris. And Jay Harris gave Julio Cesar Martinez a hell of a fight. So he young, too. He can bounce back. We got the Barbie coming back. She's like a legend in Mexican boxing. You know what I'm saying? Long reigning champion. She had multiple title reigns. She's facing Manuel Flores. That's going to be a good one. Flores is short, 4'11", throw a lot of big shots. She got one defeat. She lost to Lona. Lona is the WBC champion at 118. She came on short in that fight. But this one right here, this is going to be a good one. Like, I don't know if you guys seen La Barbie fight before. She be getting busy. You know what I'm saying? She got a lot of losses and shit. Don't worry about that. She can fight. And then Flores is like a fireball, like a little pit bull. She like to get in there and get busy too. So that's a good fight. That's gonna be fun. For sure. Alright, we're moving on. So we got a crossroads fight right here at middleweight. Actually, yeah, it's at middleweight. Shane Mosley Jr. versus Dimitri Ballard. Interesting fight, you know what I'm saying? Both guys is pretty much parallel in their career to me. You know, Shane Mosley had a good win over Gabe last year, but the fight he had in February, he didn't look too good to me. Demetrius Ballard coming off a third-round knockout loss to Jaime Munguia, who really never lived up to his promise. You know what I'm saying? He was on that amateur team with Earl Spence, Marcus Brown, Michael Hunter, Caleb Plant. He was on that team. And he ain't lived up to the hype. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't lived up to those expectations as a highly rated amateur. You know what I'm saying? It haven't translated. He from the D.C. area. I think he's still with Coach Barry Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Shane Mosley Jr. is with Bones Adams. So that's a good trainer matchup. I like Shane Mosley in the fight, man. I think right now he may have a little bit more left. Definitely got more left in the tank. I think that Munguia fight took a lot out of Ballard. And Ballard before that fight, he been looking suspect in his fights, building up to the Munguia fight. Shane Mosley, if he boxed like he did against Gabe Rosado, I expect him to win a decision. But his last fight, he kind of took a step back. So both guys need this. You know what I'm saying? I'm guessing if Shane Mosley Jr. wins, that's an opponent for Jaime Munguia. You know how Jaime Munguia get down with his opponents. So, and he already stopped Ballard. So Ballard need to resurrect his career. So it's a crossroads fight. So both guys should be hungry and fighting for something. So sometimes those be the best fights. Then to the main event, Munguia versus Derevyanchenko. So this is like a step up for Munguia in his last couple of fights. You know what I'm saying? This fight says super middleweight, 168. So Munguia, I actually think he'll feel in nice at 168 because he's 6 foot. He's been struggling to make 160 forever. I seen him collapsing at the weigh-in, all types of shit. So I don't think the weight gonna really do nothing. I think it's gonna make him be more fresher. Derevyanchenko, he call himself the technician. He can fire on the inside, give you good angles. You know what I'm saying? Good body puncher and stuff like that. He got 4 losses, but to 4 top guys. Carlos Adames, Jamal Charlo, Triple G. I thought he won that fight. And then he lost to Danny Jacobs. So he been in those fights. The fight with Danny Jacobs was real close. Charlo beat him clear. And I thought he beat Triple G. He should have got he should have got that fight. You know what I'm saying? But Derevyanchenko is solid. He's stocky. He's strong. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be there to give Munguia a good fight. I think this fight could be a fight of the year candidate for real because Munguia, he's probably one of the best offensive fighters we have in boxing. Like, real talk, he's nice on offense. Defense, that's another thing. Derevyanchenko is there to get hit too. He ain't really moving and boxing and shit. He's coming right there with a crouch style, using angles, trying to get inside. So it's going to be a fun back and forth action packed fight. We'll see if Munguia can stop Derevyanchenko. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Derevyanchenko is tough. I don't think he's been dropped. I think he may have been dropped. Maybe. I thought Triple G dropped him. But he got back up and finished that fight strong. So this is a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I like Munguia and Eric Morales. Morales got Munguia's offensive game crazy. But defense, that's something different. But that makes it for a good fight for us, though. So we'll see. That's a good one. The last fight was boring with Jay. Yeah, no, for real. That was crazy because that was on the card of Zach Hovhannissian versus Louis Neri, and that's fight of the year candidate. That was a co-main, so that shit did kind of put you to sleep. He wasn't really doing what he's supposed to do in the ring. He was letting the dude get in the fight. You know what I'm saying? But Neri and Hovhannissian made up for that shit. For sure. So that's a good fight. You know what I'm saying? That's on the zone. So this is the last one. This is Top Rank. You catch us on ESPN. Y'all check out times. One of these cards is starting early. You know what I'm saying? I forgot which one. I think the Derevyanchenko card is gonna start early. But I'm gonna update y'all on all that on my community tab and stuff like that. So stay tuned. But you got Josh Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? WBO title at 140 pounds. I'm looking forward to it. It's a good fight though. You know what I'm saying? A lot of storylines and shit. Now on this card that you won't see listed, you got Henry LeBron versus Carlos Ramos. That was a late replacement fight right there. LeBron lost his opponent and Carlos Ramos come in. Roberson Cancellao, he fighting Nicholas Polanco. That fight was supposed to be on May 13th. So they just slid it to this card. So you won't see them pictured in these thumbnails I'm about to drop. So, but those are 2 good fights. You know what I'm saying? That's at 130 pounds. That may be a prelude for these guys fighting each other. If Cancellao and Henry LeBron wins, they can fight each other at the end of the year. So just throwing that out there for you guys. All right. Getting to it. We got the heavyweight, Damian Kimba. He just signed with Top Rank. I think this is his second fight under them. Big, tall, heavyweight, you know what I'm saying? I think 6'6", 6'7", like 250, 260, you know what I'm saying? So he's there to bring in the Polish crowd, you know what I'm saying? Little Andrew Galata, Thomas Adamant type of flavor. So we'll see, you know what I'm saying? He's facing a German level guy. He said, Bomb Squad, yes sir, salute. Bomb Squad in the building. Then you got this fight right here. You got Omar Rosario versus John Rivera. Rivera, I think he fights out of Philly. Rosario, he been keeping busy. He haven't fought on a top rank show in a minute, but he been keeping busy on Pro Box. You know what I'm saying? Got a couple of good victories. So this is a good fight. This is an all Puerto Rican showdown. 140 pounds, 2 young prospects, up and coming guys. I like it though. You know what I'm saying? Should be a pretty interesting fight right here. You got Shushu Carrington on the card. You know what I'm saying? Another good up and coming prospect. Man, looking real solid. I believe this is his 3rd fight of the year, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Shushu can be a world champion for sure. He's facing Luis Perrozo. So that's another. Perrozo been around fighting these up and coming guys. So we'll see what Shushu does with him. You know, Shushu is a local guy from Brownsville, and I like Shushu. He one of the better prospects we have. And I like his demeanor. I like how how he conducts himself, interview wise and stuff like that. He nice with it though, for sure. So look out for Shushu. They definitely keeping him busy. Yeah, Puerto Ricans in the building. Puerto Rican Day weekend. Yes, sir. Alright. Xander Zayas. I'm going to go with Xander Zayas next. Jermaine Ortiz. You know what I'm saying? He making his official top-ranked debut. He just signed with them. We know he fought Jamel Herring last year. Fought Lomachenko. We know about that. But this is official debut with top rank. So he's looking to make a statement because he want to get the big fights with Shakur Stevenson, maybe Keyshawn, maybe another top guy that they have. Raymond Mortala. Those are good fights for him. He fought Lomachenko, fought him nip and tuck. I honestly thought his fight with Lomachenko was just as or more closer to the fight with Haney and Lomachenko. I'm just saying, but it is what it is. But I like Jermaine Ortiz, a young athletic fighter, can box on both sides. Only concern I have is him making the weight at 135. He's a big guy, and he struggled to make the weight too. So we'll see. I know he got some good fights there if he can make it. But yeah, it's good to see him. He fits on this card for sure. He's facing Humberto Galindo. Galindo, his last fight in March, he dropped Raymond Mortala. So that's a good comparison fight. He dropped him, then Mortala got back up, dropped him twice, stopped him with a body shot. So that was a good comeback fight from him. And we're seeing what Mortala did a couple of weeks ago to Jeremiah Nakathia. So this is a good comparison fight. You know what I'm saying? So maybe those guys will fight. But Mortala will be back August the 12th on the Valdez and Navarrete card. So maybe not. Maybe he going a different direction. He might get Shakur. We never know. Xander Zayas is back. He's facing Ronald Cruz at 154 pounds. Zayas got he got some world rankings, nice world rankings. I think he like number 6 or number 5 in the WBO. The WBA, he got a nice ranking, so he climbing up the ladder. I like this fight for him. Cruz is tough. He's gonna bring some resistance. You know what I'm saying? I'm paying attention to Zayas because he had to pull out his April 1st fight. Just like the second fight he pulled out of last year, he pulled out of the Cambosis and Haney fight because he was sick. The one in October. So I just want to make sure the kid is healthy. I like him though. I like his combinations. He's fluent, technically sound, solid. He got that star quality. Like he can be a star. You know what I'm saying? Top rank gonna build him up. I like Xander. Xander is nice. I think he may be a step below as far as like contendership, like challenging for a title, maybe a couple of steps below. But I think he can get there, like with the right matchmaking. And of course, top rank gonna make sure he's right. So we'll see though. You know what I'm saying? He coming back, and I think he been out of the ring for a minute too. So yeah, I like Xander. Xander is good. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Dang, nah, it's crazy. Yeah, Saturday is crazy. Friday is too. You got Showbox, you got AB, you got UFC Fight Pass if you're into that. That's crazy, but yeah, Saturday, yeah, all day long. That's just like I love it. You know what I'm saying? Just like how I love it. I love it like that. I'm looking forward to Ortiz now for sure. Me too. My man just doing the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. Is Jermaine going to smoke that guy? Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good resistance, but I like that's what's making it so interesting. He making his top ranked debut. He calling out all these fighters. Will he have some added pressure on him? He's the opening bout of the TV portion. You know what I'm saying? He's facing a guy that can fight. That same guy Galindo, he also fought Artem, the guy that Frank Martin gonna fight in July. Galindo fought him too. So Galindo been in there with good guys. You know what I'm saying? You can argue that maybe Ortiz is not the best guy he done fought. So, like I said, that's why we have to watch the fights. We never know. And us as boxing fans, we're a terror. If Ortiz have a struggle in his fight against this Galindo fighter, we'll say he ain't ready for this one. He ain't ready. We'll turn him down. You know what I'm saying? But me looking at it, I'm expecting a tough fight. The bright lights, he on a big stage. I know he fought Lomachenko, but that was maybe he can take that experience. So it's a catch-22. That's why boxing is so crazy. It's not just one way. It's not just how one person said or how whoever talking about boxing. That's how it's supposed to go. It can go any different way. Maybe he got that experience from Lomachenko and was like, shit, I'm good now. I know what it feels like, so I'm going to run through Buddy. Or maybe he looking at these lights and say, damn, I got a Shakur Stevenson fight over my head. I got to win. I got to look impressive. He ain't have that going to a Lomachenko fight. So we'll see, though. I'm interested to see all that shit, though. For sure. All right. Got Xander out the way. He said facts. Indeed, yeah, for sure, man. I just look at that shit different. It ain't just one way, but it is what it is. But yeah, I like the card though. I like how they stack the card with all these Puerto Ricans and Dominicans on the card. It's dope. All right, to the main event, we got Taylor versus Teofimo Lopez. It's a good fight on paper. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, two big names in the division. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo, this is his third fight. At 140. The Camper fight, I thought he looked decent. I like his athletic ability in that fight. He was showboating, so it tells me he was comfortable. You know what I'm saying? In the Sandor Martin fight, he was not comfortable. He was facing a slick, crafty southpaw that know his way around the ring. You seen what he did to Mikey Garcia. He got 40 wins for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And that was a tough fight for him. I felt like he may have lost that fight if he would have scored that second knockdown, which they missed. You know what I'm saying? Sandor Martin was hitting with the same check hook over and over and over again. He didn't make no adjustments. For all the skills and talent that Teofimo had, he didn't make no adjustments in that fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I don't think he can beat Josh Taylor in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if it's a different situation, I don't know. Because Josh Taylor is bigger, longer, stronger, and can do the same things that Sandor Martin can do. He can box. I seen him. He dropped Barancha with a right hook, a counter right hook. You know what I'm saying? He dropped Ramirez with a counter right, a pull counter on the left hand side. Drops him. And this is the difference. He mean. He tough. He rugged. He want to get in the inside and really fight with you. But he can box. We forget Taylor was an Olympian too. You know what I'm saying? Taylor made his pro debut in the United States on a Carl Frampton's card in Texas on the PBC show. He fought on a couple of PBC shows. So he used to, Taylor is a guy that when you see all this other, he ain't like the other UK guys. Like him and Tyson Fury and maybe Calzaghe. Think about this shit now. Tyson Fury, Josh Taylor, Calzaghe, maybe Ricky. No, not Ricky. No, Ricky hadn't. No, he had minimum success. But those three right here came over and had big success. Not a lot of UK fighters coming over here having that success. So Taylor is a different beast, a different animal, even more than Lomachenko, because his mentality. And for real, that's the deciding factor in the fight for me. Ain't no X's and O's. It's the mentality of the two fighters. When shit get rough for Taylor, he gonna dig down, pick up his nuts, and he gonna get busy. When Teofimo, when tough get going for Teofimo, he gonna be looking for a way out. He gonna be, you know what I'm saying? He gonna be panicking. He gonna do. He's not built the same way as Taylor. You know what I'm saying? So I can break it down X and O's all day long, but I see this fight really going down similar to how the Barancha fight went down. Josh Taylor gonna be, I can see him using the ring just a little bit, but also getting the inside and getting his work in. I can see Teofimo fighting along the ropes. If he's fighting along the ropes and Taylor is pushing him back for the majority of the fight, Taylor gonna stop him. Probably late. But we'll see though. Teofimo is athletic. He can make Taylor miss with some shots, and he can counter it. Is he gonna be in position to counter it, or what's his game plan? Is he gonna looking for big shots and loading up on shots, or he gonna what he gonna do? That's what I'm interested to see. But it's the mentality for me. You know what I'm saying? Definitely the mentality. So I like Josh Taylor. I'm picking Josh Taylor by decision, but I can see him stopping him late though, for sure. For sure. We got one more fight on Sunday. This one just came out the blue. You got a world title eliminator. Showa Shida versus Victor Santillan from the Dominican Republic. So he going over to Japan. Showa Shida ain't no punk. He can fight. He been there with top guys at 118. He's solid. You know what I'm saying? He gonna defend his country. I like the fight. Santillan is a southpaw. He had an upset victory over a couple of prospects and stuff. He can bang. He can box. You know what I'm saying? He got that Dominican style with him. So he got to bring it. You know what I'm saying? Because Showa Shida has the experience over him. You know what I'm saying? He going to have the home crowd and stuff like that. The winner of this becomes the WBA mandatory for Tacoma anyway at 118 pounds. That's the Monster's brother. He just won the vacant title a couple of months ago. So that's what it is. So it's a big-ass weekend of boxing, man. It's crazy. Hopefully everybody can catch everything. But it's a crazy weekend of boxing. I can't wait for it. I love weekends like this. You know what I'm saying? D-Lo in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. He said I'm definitely going with Taylor. Yeah, I like Taylor in this fight. I think Taylor, even coming off his long layoff and his stuff, I still like Taylor. You know what I'm saying? I still like him in the fight. He said Teofimo. Yeah, yes sir. He said, I like that LW. He got 41. Nah, for real, he do. Like, the guy can box. Sandor Martin can get busy. And it's going to be hard for him to get fights because of his style. You know, ain't nobody holding their hand up saying I want to fight Sandor Martin. You know what I'm saying? He undressed Mikey and Teofimo. Undressed them. Sent them home naked. Both of them. And I like Mikey, too. Remember what Tio said about tall fighters. Yeah, about Nakatani and stuff like that. But this one right here, so this another thing. Another thing to look out for. I said I was going to say X and O's, but I got to. This is going to be one of the first fights where Teofimo going to get pushed back a lot. Josh Taylor can overwhelm you with his size. I mean, he was pushing back Jose Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? He was pushing back Regis Prograis. You know what I'm saying? Fighting in the trenches. So that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Because if he pushing you back and you got to be the counterpuncher and you got short arms and you jumping in, Teofimo be jumping in and leaving his feet. He can get caught with counter shots. He can get stopped along the ropes and have to fight his way out the corner. Like, I don't see how he can win this fight. Of course he can land a big shot and hurt Taylor. I bet he might be weight drained. But I don't know. And Taylor got a new coach. His name is Joe McNally. I don't know if you guys pay attention, but he got the same coach as Liam Smith. And Liam Smith just stopped Chris Eubank Jr. You know what I'm saying? And he a former fighter. He know his shit, X's and O's. He gonna have Josh Taylor on point. I'm trying to tell y'all. How many of y'all seen that knockout coming between Liam Smith and Chris Eubank Jr.? I know I didn't. Unless you got some kin to Liam Smith. That's the only people I know. My man TJ in the building. What's good with you, bro? Yes, ma'am. Them flames in the building. I appreciate it. Taylor bites down. No, for real. No, I mean, even with him being out the ring, I still think he a big favorite for me. I thought the odds got it close. I don't know. He don't seem right. I mean, even if he was coming off the high against Lomachenko and he haven't fought Cambosos yet, I still would be picking Josh Taylor like I am and confident. Every time T.O. opens his mouth, he just start rambling. Yeah, I don't even listen to that shit. I don't even listen to it. Because T.O. can fight. He still got his legs and athletic ability. His power ain't came all the way up, but he got good pop. He did break Sandor Martin's nose in the fight. I give him that. But his power ain't like it was at 35. And he's facing bigger guys. Now, even Sandor Martin ain't the biggest 140 pounder, but he been in the weight for a while, so it's different. You know what I'm saying? Ali over Foster. Yeah, that might be a good one. Ali been a little bit more active than Charles Foster. I like him being an attacker. He's going to make him uncomfortable. Yeah, I would go with that too. Ortiz in a good fight. Yeah, underrated fight for Ortiz. He has to win this fight. He trying to look impressive because he can make a mandate to get the Shakur fight. Shakur is really without a dance partner. If you guys take a step back and look at the landscape, he without a dance partner. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't the nose? Yo, that's right. You right. Thank you. It was from that. I'm tripping. You right. Absolutely right. It was a couple of head clashes. So that's one thing we gotta look out for. So maybe his power ain't shit up there. He looked decent. He fought a fun fight versus Pedro Campo. But Pedro Campo is right there to have fun against. But Sandor Martin wasn't. And Josh Taylor really want to. He don't have to make it a fun fight either because Josh Taylor can box and do the same thing Sandor Martin was doing. But the difference is he can punch. So yeah, I appreciate that for sure. You right on it. Round 1. Oh, I lost on that fight. Okay, yeah. I picked Teofimo to win the fight because I knew they wanted him to win that shit. But he really lost that shit. He lost. But yeah, it's a big fight weekend for sure. Hopefully everybody will be able to catch it. I know it's a lot. It's a lot. So I gotta check those times again because I believe the Munguia card is gonna start a little early, so it won't bump heads with Josh Taylor and them. You know what I'm saying? Which is good. Even though I don't mind it, but I know some boxing fans want to watch this card first, then watch this card, and then so on and so forth. So I get it, but yeah, Josh Taylor and Teo, I'm getting hyped. I can't wait till when they have their press conference Thursday. Listen, I've been saying this shit on Twitter, man. Wait till you see how these guys look in front of each other. The size difference. I don't know if you guys noticed in my intro, I'm standing with Teofimo Lopez, right? And I'm looking at box rec and everything too. I'm thinking, oh, he 5'8". So every time I meet a boxer, I size him up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, is he really 5'10"? Because I'm 5'10". You know what I'm saying? I've been 5'10" for a minute. So when I stand next to these boxers, I be sizing them up. And if y'all pay attention to my intro or my outro now, yo, Teofimo about 5'5", bro. And I remember standing next to Josh Taylor. Josh Taylor's taller than me. And he was like, I was like, damn, man, he made 140. Me and Cal was standing right there talking to him. I was like, yo, I don't know how he made 140. He like 6 foot at least. I give him 6 foot. He taller than me, so that's why I want to see how these guys look at the face-offs, press conference, the weigh-in, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Has Frank Martin and Artem undercard been filled out? Nah, they haven't announced it yet. I'm thinking Manny Rodriguez fighting for the vacant title versus Melvin Lopez. The fight in 105 pounds, Eric Rosa versus CP Fresh Smart. I'm thinking fights like that, under the radar fights. It's not gonna be nothing too crazy, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. Hopefully they'll announce it, man, because I like to make my reservations if I can. But yeah, that's gonna be cool. So yeah, it's a lot of stuff to look out for. The ladies is on display. We got some prospects. So like I said earlier, it's a lot of stuff. It's stuff for everybody. World title fights. Jaime Munguia, that's a fight of the year candidate. Him and Derevchenko. So it's a lot of shit popping off. So yes, sir. Feel free to tap in. Well, I want to salute everybody coming through. I appreciate you guys coming through, rocking out with me. Feel free to tap in on the social media if you guys have it. Twitter at OverJ, Instagram LDoesBoxing. Of course, you can tap into my website, LDoesBoxing.com. Try to keep you guys updated with the schedule, the rankings and stuff like that. Dropping some articles, all that good shit. Feel free to tap in. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That's how we doing. Peace to you as well. I appreciate you coming through for sure. For sure. So once again, salute to everybody coming through. That's my time, and I'm out.